When people decide to renovate an old house, the intention is almost always positive. They want comfort, efficiency, and a space that fits modern life. But somewhere between inspiration photos and demolition day, many old homes quietly lose what made them special in the first place. The charm doesn't disappear all at once. It fades through choices that feel sensible, current, even smart, yet slowly disconnect the house from its own history. This video is about avoiding that mistake and understanding how quiet luxury renovation rules can protect the soul of an old house while still making it a joy to live in. This is QS Tube, where we talk about design with depth, longevity, where real-world livability, not just what looks good for a season. Old houses were never meant to behave like new builds, and that difference matters more than most people realize. These homes were designed around human movement, daily rituals, and a sense of progression. You didn't walk into one giant space. You entered, paused, turned corners, passed through rooms with distinct purposes. That spatial rhythm creates comfort on a subconscious level. When renovations erase it completely, the house often feels unsettled, even if everything looks new and expensive. Quiet luxury starts by recognizing that layout is not just about efficiency, it's about emotional flow. One of the most common renovation impulses is opening everything up. Walls come down between the kitchen and dining room, then between the dining room and living room. Then the entire first floor becomes one continuous zone. First, it feels impressive. Light travels farther. Sightlines feel generous. But over time, many homeowners start to feel the drawbacks. Sound has nowhere to go. There's no visual rest. Everyday mess is always on display. Conversations overlap. In houses built in the early 20th century, this kind of openness often feels out of character, like the house is pretending to be something it never was. Quiet luxury doesn't reject openness outright. It applies it carefully. It asks where openness truly improves how you live, and where separation actually adds value. A dining room with doors can feel ceremonial and grounding. A small den can become a refuge. Even partial separations, widened openings, or frame transitions can preserve the original logic of the house while still improving flow. The goal is not maximum openness, but balanced openness that respects the original structure. Material choices are where many historic renovations begin to feel loud. Old houses tend to be overwhelmed by finishes that are too bold for their scale and proportions. High-gloss kitchens, ultra-smooth surfaces, oversized tiles, dramatic stone slabs, or stark black elements can dominate spaces that were designed for subtlety. These materials often photograph well, but living with them inside an older home can feel jarring. They pull attention away from the architecture instead of supporting it. Quiet luxury materials behave differently. They feel calm rather than commanding. They age instead of expiring. Painted wood cabinetry with simple profiles, natural stone with restrained movement, unlacquered metals, warm woods, and soft finishes tend to integrate more gracefully into historic settings. Before introducing anything new, it helps to ask whether it feels related to the house rather than imposed on it. Not historically identical, but conversational, as if the house recognizes it. Trends are especially dangerous in old homes because they date faster than original craftsmanship. A finish that feels essential today can feel tired surprisingly quickly. Meanwhile, original doors, floors, trim, and built-ins often remain desirable decades later. Quiet luxury favors decisions that won't need explaining in 10 years. If something requires justification, it's often a sign it won't age well. Most old houses don't lose their character through one dramatic decision. They lose it through a series of small practical ones. Replacing solid doors with lighter modern versions. Removing built-ins because they complicate furniture placement. Painting all the woodwork white to make the house feel cleaner and brighter. Each choice makes sense on its own. Together they erase identity. Eventually, the house functions perfectly, but it could belong anywhere. Nothing anchors it to its past. A more intentional approach is to choose specific elements to protect on purpose. These become emotional and visual anchors. the staircase that greets you every day, the front door that sets the tone, a fireplace, a dining room cabinet, original windows, or a distinctive hallway detail. When these elements remain, they quietly hold the history of the house in place. Even after major updates, they remind you that this home has lived a long life. Imperfection is another quality that quiet luxury understands deeply. Old houses are not perfectly straight or symmetrical. Floors slope slightly. Walls have gentle waves. Trim shows wear. These are not failures. They are evidence of time, of hands that built, repaired, and lived within the space. While serious structural or safety issues should always be addressed, aesthetic imperfections often add comfort rather than detract from it. When renovations flatten every surface and sharpen every edge, the house can start to feel like a hotel or a staged property rather than a home with a story. Quiet luxury allows some softness to remain. It values repair over replacement, refinement over erasure. That subtle creak on the stairs or gentle curve in a wall can be more emotionally grounding than perfect geometry. Lighting is another area where historic homes are frequently over-modernized. Excessive recessed lighting can wash out texture and atmosphere, making rooms feel flat and overexposed. Older homes were designed for layered light, lamps, sconces, fireplaces, and daylight working together. Warm lighting enhances wood tones, highlights detail, and creates intimacy. Quiet luxury lighting is deliberate. It supports mood and movement rather than flooding every corner equally. Perhaps the most important shift is mental rather than visual. Instead of asking how to turn an old house into a new one, quiet luxury asks how to make the old house work better today. Updated plumbing, wiring, insulation, kitchens, and bathrooms are essential, but they can be integrated without overpowering the architecture. When scale, proportion, and material language are respected, modern comfort doesn't have to come at the cost of character. Before removing or covering anything, it's worth pausing. Ask what you genuinely enjoy in the room. Ask whether something can be repaired, refinished, or reimagined instead of replaced. Ask whether a new choice solves a real problem or simply follows a trend. Ask whether you'll still like it when it no longer feels new. These small questions prevent large regrets. Quiet luxury renovations don't seek attention. They seek harmony. They allow the house to remain itself, just more functional, more comfortable, and more livable. When done well, nothing feels forced. The spaces flow naturally. The materials feel inevitable. The house doesn't perform. It settles. If this perspective resonates with you, I'd love to hear from you. Have you renovated an older home? Or are you planning to? What details do you feel are worth protecting? And which changes feel necessary? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video valuable, please like it and subscribe to QSTube. It supports thoughtful, long-term design conversations like this and helps this channel grow in the right direction. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.